So we've heard about Diablo 3 on the Switch for, I think, quite a while, right? I mean, seriously, we've been talking about that months and months ago when we saw them doing the little light switch thing, and we heard from other rumor mills that Diablo 3 was coming over in some capacity to the Switch. And I myself, and I know others, had heard about it in the background as well, and I kept hearing that it was going to be at least revealed sometime in August, like probably, I kept hearing mid-August. I didn't hear an exact day or anything. So I've talked about games that we didn't know about that was on the Switch or coming to the Switch this year, because people keep saying obviously the lineup is sparse. It's not great. And I kept saying, yeah, there's more games coming. There's stuff that has been announced. This was one of them. Diablo 3 was being passed around heavily in the background. And it looks like Forbes decided to go early. About a day early, apparently. They were supposed to hold this article off until tomorrow when the embargo was up. As several people now are saying that they've broken embargo, including Kotaku on Twitter with Jason Schreier. Yeah, embargo appears to have been set for tomorrow. So you're going to find out all about Diablo 3 tomorrow, apparently. And it looks like it is a 2018 game. That's something I was hearing as well. So yes, if you've been waiting for Diablo 3 on the Switch, or you just wanted it on there for the portable nature, or just maybe just have a Switch, there you go. Get excited. Yeah, Diablo 3 is coming this year. However, that Forbes article did point out a few things that I myself didn't know about, and it seems like people who were, I guess, under embargo for these previews were privy to, and we're going to take a quick look at that here. So Max Dreamcast Guy did a nice little screen capture of it on his Twitter account, and we're going to take a quick look at that because there's an excerpt at the top that I wanted to read and check out. The action RPG from Blizzard, which launched on PC way back in 2012 and subsequently released on consoles, will launch later this year. The Switch version, called the Eternal Collection, includes the Reaper of Souls and Rise of the Necromancer expansions, plus all other added content the game has seen, and costs $59.99. Diablo 3 on the Nintendo Switch will also feature special Nintendo exclusive in-game bonuses: the Legend of Ganondorf cosmetic armor set, Triforce portrait frame, chicken pet, and Echoes of the Mask cosmetic wings. So that was the big thing that kind of caught me off guard, maybe others, was that it will have some stuff from, as you see, the Legend of Zelda with Ganondorf, which is kind of cool, Triforce set and everything. It's neat to see that crossover because it does show Nintendo, of course, I guess, making it more interesting to people. This is going to be a full-price game. Now they are including everything, expansions, all the content that's been added since its release. So it will be packed with everything. It's going to be a full $59.99. I don't know if that's going to put people off or not. I figure it probably won't, since we've seen a lot of full price games on the Switch like Donkey Kong just sell fine, actually sell really well. So I'm not really surprised to see them try to get the full 60. And I think people who are really into Diablo are going to like this, and I do think they're going to jump on board. We're still waiting for an exact release date, but as far as we can tell now, yeah, 2018. It looks like Blizzard and Nintendo are probably just going to put a statement out tomorrow about Diablo 3. And thanks to Forbes, we know that all this extra stuff. So good job to Forbes. I have no idea what happened there. I guess what I'm thinking was they finished this preview days ago, or maybe even last week, and they probably set it up on a scheduled posting time. And whether it's through time zone differences, or they just accidentally punched in the wrong day, because it seems to have come out, I guess, around noon or so, noon, 1 o'clock, something. I guess just on their end, they just punched the 15th instead of the 16th. Hard to say, but it's good to see Diablo 3. I'll be curious, again, how many people get into this. I think if they can get the single Joy-Con play down, I'm not sure if they can make that work, or if they have a simplified mode. That, I think, is one of the bigger things that could really make this work. If you have tabletop mode and you have 2 Joy-Con controllers already there and you could pass one off to someone, that would actually be really neat. I talked about that with Titan Quest. Although they're still patching it, they need specifically, I believe, a Pro Controller or 2 Joy-Con controllers. They didn't really have single Joy-Con play. So I'll be curious if Diablo 3 can do something to make that simplified and make that work. We'll see if that's actually a thing, but it's just, you know what, this happens. We've seen it a bunch of times where an article goes up early, a preview, like just ahead of an announcement, and they have to pull it down, but it's too late. Everyone's seen it, everyone makes a big deal out of it, and Forbes is now known as the place that decided to leak Diablo 3 about, I guess, a day early. So we'll see more information about it tomorrow, and then probably gameplay impressions and all this other stuff will go up down the road. And then we'll also, I'm sure, get full analysis from places like Digital Foundry and stuff to see resolution, frame rate, and everything. It's going to be really cool to have Diablo 3 on the go, as the only way I know that I can really play it on the go even kind of well is through the GPD win, and it doesn't exactly play like tremendously well there, not like stable 60 or anything like that. So we'll see how the Switch does with this game. Of course, came out 2012. It's been on the 360 PS3. It should translate over fairly well. It's just going to come down to performance and resolution. But hey, there you go, guys. Get excited. Diablo 3, all the expansions, extra stuff from Legend of Zelda and everything. And 2018 release, I guess the last question is, when can they put this out? What month could they drop this in? I want to say October, but I feel like they could get away with November if that's when they really want to do it. I know Pokemon's in there, and then of course Smash comes out, you know, like 3.5 weeks or whatever later, 4 weeks later. But I think they could drop this at the beginning of November and get away with it. Like they could probably do like I have to look at the exact weekdays, but they could do like a November 3rd or something like that. Just the first week in November, even if it's just like a Tuesday or something, and put it out. But pretty cool to see. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing down below. Do you like when places accidentally break embargo, possibly ruining the surprise of an announcement? But I guess at this point, that's basically your announcement. So you just got it a day early, right? But still pretty funny to see. And this is, I will say this one more time, guys, this is just one. Notice it's not in a Nintendo Direct, as far as we can tell, right? This is not being announced in Nintendo Direct. That's because there are other games, okay, that are coming this year that people don't know about. So it's going to be pretty cool to see. And if this wasn't even in the Nintendo Direct, it makes you wonder what will be in the Nintendo Direct, right? So I guess get excited. We're getting closer to when we will get one. And I still am holding out hope for a Nindies, and that's why we haven't heard about a release date for something like Morphe's Law, for example. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure you like the video if you like it, dislike it if not. Let me know what you think about Diablo 3 going to the Switch this year, 2018 release. And I'll see you guys next time.